Hello students, welcome back to this session of online teaching and learning of English language. I am Manmohini Bhatia, English mistress at Government High School, Sherpur Kala, Ludhiana. Today we are going to do the second part of the chapter, A Letter to God, taken from the supplementary reader of class 9th. But before we start reading this part, let's go through the quick recapitulation of the previous lecture. So students, on your screen, one exercise is shown. This is called complete this chart with the help of the hints given below. Here students, some hints have been given, and with the help of these hints, you have to complete the chart displayed on the screen. So first is Lencho. Now you have to find out about Lencho from the hints given below. Then second is his house. That means what was the condition of his house or where was it situated? You have to find out. Then next is he needed. What did he need? What was his need? Number 4 is it rained. That means when did it rain? You have to find out. Next is he observed. What did he observe? Next point is his son's reaction. When it rained, what was the reaction of his sons? And the last on the chart is his fear. What was Lencho's biggest fear? So, with the help of the hints, complete this chart. I'm giving you some time for doing this activity. Well, I hope you are ready with your answers. So let's start discussing. Well, students, on the chart, the first point is Lencho. So what kind of a person was Lencho? I hope you remember. Yes, Lencho was a poor farmer. This is your answer, first answer. Lencho was a poor farmer. Students, he was not just a poor farmer, he was a hard-working one also. Next is his house. Yes, where was his house located? His house was located on the crest of a low hill. I hope you remember that his house was the only house in the valley. He had no neighbor even. Now the third point is he needed. What did Lencho need? Yes, he needed a downpour. This is your third answer. He needed a downpour. He needed some rain for his crops. And next point is it rained. It rained. When did it rain? When they were having dinner. When all of them were having dinner. At that time it rained. Now the next point is he observed. Well students, Lencho observed the raindrops falling from the sky. I hope you remember that he called them new coins. He said that the big drops were 10-cent pieces and the little ones were 5s. Now, what was the reaction of his sons? This is our next point. His sons' reaction. They ran out to collect the frozen pearls. They were so happy to see the raindrops falling from the sky. They ran out to collect the frozen pearls. And the last one is his fear. What was the biggest fear of Lencho? Well, students, it was that the hailstorm might destroy his crop. His biggest fear, hailstorm may destroy his crop. So students, I hope you enjoyed this recapitulation activity and refreshed your memory with all the main incidents that took place in the first part of the text. Now, let's move on to the model reading of the second part that we are going to cover in this lecture. So let's start now. It did not pass quickly. For an hour, the hail rained on the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, on the whole valley. The field was white as if covered with salt. Not a leaf remained on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. The flowers were gone from the plants. Lencho's soul was filled with sadness. When the storm had passed, he stood in the middle of the field and said to his sons, "A plague of locusts would have left more than this. The hail has left nothing. This year we will have no corn." Let's discuss the meaning of difficult words now. And the word on your screen is locusts. Locust means large number of insects that eat up leaves, thus causing damage to trees and crops. Students, you can say that they are a type of large grasshoppers, insects with wings and long back legs, and they are found especially in hot areas. So I hope the meaning of this word is clear to you. So let's start discussing the text that we have just read. Lencho had expected that the storm would pass quickly, but it didn't. For an hour, the hail rained on the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, and on the whole valley. It made everything look so white that it seemed as if it was covered in salt. Lencho became disappointed because everything was going against his plan. The trees had shed their leaves, corns were damaged, and the flowers had also fallen from their plants. Lencho's soul was filled with sadness, and when the storm passed, he stood in the middle of the field and told his sons that a plague of locusts would have left more than this. Hail had left nothing for them. Lencho felt helpless as no corn had been left and feared that they might have to starve this time. So students, I hope you have understood this part of the text. And now let's move on to the next part and have a quick model reading of it. That night was a sorrowful one. All our work for nothing. There's no one who can help us. We'll all go hungry this year. But in the hearts of all who lived in that solitary house in the middle of the valley, there was a single hope: help from God. Don't be so upset, even though this seems like a total loss. Remember, no one dies of hunger. So students, did you notice any difficult word in the slide? Let's start discussing that word, and the word is solitary. Solitary means alone or single. Students, a solitary person or thing is the only person or thing in a place. Do you remember? Lencho's house was the solitary one. It was the single house in the entire valley. He had no neighbor. Now I hope the meaning is clear to you. So let's move on to the explanation part. That night was a sorrowful night for them. All their hard work had gone in vain. They felt helpless and they felt that they might have to starve this year. They would have to go hungry this year. But even after everything had gone wrong for them, the family still had hope in their hearts of hearts. They had faith in the Almighty even after nothing was left. They gave each other support and recalled a saying which assures that no one ever dies of hunger. So students, I hope you have understood this part of the text also. Now let's move on to the next slide and have a model reading of it. All through the night, Lencho thought only of his one hope, the help of God, whose eyes, as he had been instructed, see everything, even what is deep in one's conscience. Lencho was an ox of a man, working like an animal in the fields, but still he knew how to write. The following Sunday at daybreak, he began to write a letter which he himself would carry to town and place in the mail. It was nothing less than a letter to God. So students, did you find any difficult word in this part of the text? Let's start discussing. Well, the word that you would have found difficult is conscience. Students, conscience is the knowledge of our own acts and feelings. It is a person's moral sense of right and wrong, which is viewed as acting as a guide to our behavior. It acts as a guide which tells us what is right and what is wrong. Students, when you do something wrong, you might have a guilty conscience at that time because it tells you that you have done something wrong. Now, I hope the meaning of the word conscience is clear to you. So let's move on to the explanation of the text that we have read earlier. Lencho spent his entire night thinking of the only option left, and that was to seek the help of God. God, who he had been informed has its eyes and ears everywhere. God sees everything. He knows everything, everyone's conscience. Lencho was a very hard-working person. He had worked in the field like an ox. But despite spending all these years working at the farm, he still knew how to write. So he started writing on the Sunday morning and thought of mailing it himself by going to the town. It was nothing less than a letter to God. Well, students, I hope you enjoyed understanding this part of the text also. So let's move on to the next part and give a quick model reading to this slide now. God, he wrote, if you don't help me, my family and I will go hungry this year. I needed 100 pesos in order to sow my field again and to live until the crop comes because the hailstorm. He wrote to God on the envelope, put the letter inside, and still troubled, went to town. At the post office, he placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it into the mailbox. Let's move on to the meanings of difficult words. And the word on the screen is pesos. Students, pesos is a currency used in Latin American countries. Just as the currency of India is rupee, in the same way, peso is the standard unit of money used in Argentina, Mexico, and some other countries. So is the meaning of peso clear to you? I hope it is. Let's move on to the explanation part of the text. In his letter to God, Lencho communicated his poverty-stricken situation. He wrote, if God didn't help him or his family, they would go hungry that year. He also mentioned that he needed 100 pesos in order to sow his field again and to live until they were ready to harvest. He wrote to God on the envelope, put the letter inside, and went to the town. At the post office, he placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it into the mailbox. I hope this part of the text is clear to you. Now let's have a quick model reading of the next part. One of the employees, who was a postman and also helped at the post office, went to his boss laughing heartily and showed him the letter to God. Never in his career as a postman had he known that address. The postmaster, a fat, amiable fellow, also broke out laughing. But almost immediately he turned serious and, tapping the letter on his desk, commented, "What faith! I wish I had the faith of the man who wrote this letter." Starting up a correspondence with God? So students, ready with list of difficult words? And the first word on the screen is amiable. Well students, amiable means friendly. An amiable person is easygoing and everybody likes the amiable person. So try to be amiable in your life. Now the next word on the screen is tapping. Tapping means hitting gently and often repeatedly, especially making short, sharp noises. Students, while sitting in your classroom, you must have tapped your benches several times. So I hope the meanings of these words are clear to you. Now let's move on to the explanation part of the text. A postman who was also an employee of the post office noticed Lencho's letter and showed it to the postmaster. Never in his career as a postman had he known that address. The postmaster, who was a fat and amiable person, he also felt amused. But he immediately turned serious. He started tapping the letter on his desk. He was surprised at the amount of faith Lencho had in God, and he wished he had the same amount of faith in God. So I hope you have understood the text that we have read today. Now it's time for post-reading activities. Let's start with the first post-reading activity for today. On your screen, a question with 3 options has been displayed. Students, you have to read the question carefully and choose the correct option as its answer. So the question displayed on the screen is, how was Lencho's crop ruined? Options are A. Heat, B. Heavy rain, and C. Locusts. So how was Lencho's crop ruined? Think about it. What is the correct answer? Well, the correct option is option B. His crop was ruined by heavy rain. Now, the next one is an incomplete statement. And the 3 options are given with this incomplete statement. Read this statement and choose the correct option. Statement is, Lencho had firm faith in dash. And the options are option A, himself, option B, post office people, and option C, God. What is the correct answer? Yes, I hope you know the answer. It is Lencho had firm faith in God, option C. So the correct answer is option C. Now let's move on to our next question. How much money did Lencho ask God to send? Options are option A, 70 pesos, option B, 100 pesos, and option C, 75 pesos. So what is the correct answer? How much money did Lencho ask God to send? Well, I hope you know the correct answer, and it is option B, 100 pesos. Lencho asked God to send him 100 pesos. Here comes the next question on your screen, and the question is, what is peso? Options are option A, currency, option B, place, and option C, country. So, which option is the correct one? I hope you know the answer. You have read the meaning of peso. You have learnt the meaning. Well, the correct answer is option A. Peso is currency. I hope you remember that peso is the currency of Latin American countries. Now, the next post-reading activity has been displayed on the screen. Students, these are the sentences taken from the text that you have read today. Read these sentences carefully and state which one is true and which one is false. So let's read the sentences first. First sentence on the screen is, Lencho felt very happy when the rain had stopped. Second is, Lencho thought only of help from God. Third, the postman showed the letter to the postmaster. Number 4, the postmaster got angry after reading the letter. And the last one on the screen is, the postmaster was a fat and amiable person. So take your time and think which statement is true and which statement is false. I'm giving you some time for doing this activity. Well, students, I hope you are ready with your answers. So let's start discussing. The first statement, Lencho felt very happy when the rain had stopped, is false. Lencho was very sad, very disappointed because the rain had ruined his crop. So this statement is false here. Number 2 is Lencho thought only of help from God, and it is true. Yes, his only hope, his only thought was the help from God. Number 3 is the postman showed the letter to the postmaster, and it is also true. The postman took the letter to the postmaster. Number 4 is the postmaster got angry after reading the letter, and it is false. This statement is false because postmaster first laughed and then he felt amused and surprised. So this statement is false. Now the next and the last statement on the screen is the postmaster was a fat and amiable person, and this statement is true. The postmaster was a fat and very friendly person. Dear students, now we come to the end of today's session. But before that, please note down your homework, that is to revise whatever you have learned today and come prepared for the recapitulation activity that will be held in the beginning of the next lecture. So I hope you not only enjoyed this part of the text but also learned a lot. Thank you so much for your interest and attention. Always have faith in God.